Hey guys, coming right up, find out how you can get your hands on a Henson Shaving AL13 safety razor with an aggressive base plate. Coming right up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, John, aka Lather Hog. Today is a bit of a follow-up to our recent Lather Talk interview with Henson Shaving. So we sat down with Daniel Jancy, the CEO and founder of Henson Shaving, and through our conversation with him, basically revealed that he was open to doing a special run of the AL13 aluminum safety razor with the aggressive base plate. For those of you not familiar with Henson Shaving or their razors, they're basically setting out to do one thing very well. So in their lineup, there is the AL13, that aluminum safety razor with a mild or medium head. And the only other razor in their catalog is the TI-22, a titanium razor with the aggressive base plate. So up until now, the titanium razor was the only way to get the aggressive base plate. However, the cost of that razor prices out, I would say, majority of the wet shavers out there. And whether or not you agree with their business model, which is to really focus on new shavers and to simplify the choices to onboard new wet shavers, they still want to do right by the community. So I'm trying to manifest this aluminum razor with the aggressive base plate option. And we're gonna do that through a Google form. So what will happen is Henson Shaving will set up a direct sales link, and all you need to do to get access to that sales link is sign up on the Google form, which I'll have a link in the description below. So we'll leave this form open for a few weeks. That way you can circulate, you can share it with your friends, with your various wet shaving communities. And once everyone has had a chance to find out about this aggressive option for the AL13, we'll circle back around with Henson and get these razors made, basically. So a couple of things can happen here. If there's a overwhelming response for the desire of this razor to exist, maybe Henson might make this a permanent offering. But at the very least, it gives those of us a chance, those of us in the wet shaving community who have been clamoring for the aggressive base plate at a much more affordable aluminum price, at least we'll have the option to own that ourselves. Just to note that there's some very basic contact information being collected in the Google form. This information, I will not be sharing this with anyone else. Basically, it's a way for me to contact you guys with the direct link once that is live. Also, if you sign up for the form, it is not a binding contract. This is just to get a general idea on the interest for this razor. And that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. If you have any questions or comments at all about this whole process, please leave me a note in the comment section below. And now let's roll the excerpt of the podcast episode with Henson Shaving. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Got a personal request from both myself and also some other people who have the pleasure to use the TI-22. I've been able to use all three, the mild, the medium, and the aggressive that comes with the titanium. Is there any chance you guys would consider making the aggressive base plate available in the AL13 model?
I have no principal reason against it. I have no thou shall not. It's not on the roadmap because I think that Henson's job is to simplify shaving, not further make it complex. I think there was a couple comments of people being like, "Oh, they just want to upsell." I'm like, bullshit. If we wanted to upsell something, we'd have like a lotion on our website. I wouldn't tell someone to go buy a $250 razor that took like everything my brothers produced in their lifetime worth of work to upsell on somebody. That's not the idea at all. Mm-hmm. The reason that the aggressive doesn't exist in the AL13 is because if somebody went and bought it on our site, there's an increased probability that they'd have a bad experience. That's all it is. Okay. And so if I were to take the governor off of my car and to go take the muffler off to increase airflow, the manufacturer would be like, that could get, now you're running increased temperature. And that there's other things that could happen that I have to be aware of that, if you ever noticed, like, the customer service team isn't always present in online conversations. So someone can be like, oh, that razor cut me real good. And I'm going to be in the background like, told you, we're not there for the conversations. And our goal is to have a razor that 9 out of 10 people say that's friggin' good. And so what happens is there's the medium and there's the mild. After you go more above the mild, there's a very select few set of circumstances where the mild is insufficient. And for those people, it's probably due to a nature of preference. And our job is not to chase the wagging tail, the dog wagging the tail. I don't know, insert metaphor here that's cool, but our job isn't to chase preferences. Our job is to make a razor that's objectively good. And the mild and the medium are objectively good. Would I make them the aggressive? Possibly. I don't think that I'd like put it on the website and market it though. So if somebody wanted it, I'd like make a private link and make 200 of them and then just not be able to get to it. And then if the wet shaving community wanted to like circle it around, they could. No skin off my back. I'm not against that. I'm just not, I don't think that it ought to be marketed. I think it should be simplified, not made more complicated. If that's kind of my best hack of an answer.
Gerard, I see you talking, but you're on mute.
Sorry, using your general math. Sorry about that. It makes sense. If you're trying to make a product that's, objectively good for like 90%, of the base that's out there, why would you make something for the remaining 10%? It's just not, it doesn't make sense in that from that standpoint, I guess.
Yeah. So let's be clear here. In the event that we were to make the sale process more noisy, if we were to not discombobulate, if we were to bombard somebody with options, the more options you give somebody, I think like if I offered you, have you ever been to a restaurant with a menu that's 4 pages and you're like, and no pictures, come on. Like, I almost want to be like, bro, what are your specials? And just tell me what I should be doing. You're the waitress. Tell me what I should be.
I'm in Southern California. We have Cheesecake Factory. That thing is a novel.
Cheesecake Factory is a perfect example.
That's why I thought it too. Here's a mini novel on.
That's the first negative thing I've ever said about Cheesecake.
It's a magazine.
It is.
We might be going there. We might be going there tonight because the kids requested it. But perfect example of too many options.
Order one pasta dish. It'll feed like 6 of you. Okay.
And a salad.
So we were basically just like, why have all these options? And so if we were to do it and it were to not be on the main page, I'd be much more likely to do it. If there's like a strong, I've heard it. If more people want it, I don't know that. I would be interested in hearing it and we'll reevaluate, but it's no skin off our back. It's the machines. It's a dial in. We have the program already written. So it's easy for us to do it.
Right, because that design exists. It's a matter of. Well, I do wonder though, like when you switch it to a different material, does that matter at all in this case?
No, it definitely does matter with tool selection. It needs to be a lot of stuff redone. But no, we've already. And when I say the program, I mean we've already got the geometry dialed in.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. The speeds and feeds of the mass, the software is all particulars that are none of my concern.
Gotcha. Daniel, if it's a matter of getting more, basically what you're talking about, like get enough names for pre-order ready, I think we might be able to do that because I've already told you that's something I'm interested in, but I know there's a number of other people, content creators and otherwise, who are interested. So I might need to follow if it's possible. If it's like we need like a minimum buy, which totally makes sense.
This isn't about dollars and cents. This is about if you guys would, if everybody would care about it. Like, so I just don't know that. I don't know. I don't know. It's a thing. I've heard it a couple times, but maybe I'm wrong. But it's certainly not going to be like a cornerstone of our business. But we just make for people who want it.
Yeah, and
see, John, all we're doing is like presenting another chance for FOMO, okay? Like if for people just to get something that
FOMO
no one else will have.
Sells.
FOMO does sell.
Yeah, well, does. For all the wrong reasons. Today's video was made possible in part by our wonderful patrons. For more information about our Patreon, check out patreon.com/lathertalk. You could also check out our Etsy store and pick up a comfy Lather Talk t-shirt or coffee mug. Find all the links down below.